What is up, everybody? Thank you so much for watching this video. I just wanted to let you all know something real quick. We shot a full hour-long episode today, and for some reason, some technical difficulty went wrong, and the whole video got messed up. We are so sorry. We had a whole bunch of stuff that we talked about, movie news, and we ranked our top Pixar films. We're going to have to do that another time. I just wanted to say, check out this episode. Take it for what it is. We still have some good conversations on here. We will fix these technical difficulties and get the full episodes out starting next week. So, thanks again and enjoy. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Bartley and Barnes. We're here with a brand new episode. This is episode number 4, and we're going to jump into it today. I guess I should have told you, Keith, I'm moving the What You Watching Lately segment to the beginning of the show. Okay. I think it's interesting to just jump right into it, what we've been watching lately.
All right.
And then we'll talk some news stuff, and then we'll talk about our topic of the week.
Before you do that, I'm going to call a quick audible myself.
There you go. Audibles are always welcome, especially in the beginning of the show.
I'm bringing in a new thing.
What's that?
Bartley and Barnes corrections. So corrections from the previous week.
There's a ton. I've noticed that. Every time I listen to it, I'm like, damn, we were wrong about that.
Exactly. Well, the biggest one that caught my eye, and my daughter actually caught it, my oldest daughter, Charlize, was Cedric Diggory, who we talked about in our fourth movies thing. In the books, he previously appeared in Prisoner of Azkaban, apparently. Because remember, what we were asking, we were just talking about...
Yeah, so I'm not surprised that we got that one wrong.
Yeah,
because I don't know that.
Me either. I'd never read books, but I said,
no.
You asked, is he in... You asked
corrections, whether we knew it or not.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah. We did this thing we didn't know. But, the reason I say corrections is because I said, no, he's only in Goblet of Fire. And then she's like, no, he was in Prisoner of Azkaban. I was like,
yeah.
Well, you should have been there. We should have had you there. You would have told us that.
There you go.
But no, so yeah. I'm wrong.
Wearing
Sorry.
Harry Potter shirt.
Yeah, exactly. So Cedric Diggory. Sorry about that, Potter fans. He previously appeared in Prisoner of Azkaban. If you're screaming at us on your whatever you're listening,
we've been wrong about other stuff too. I forget what there is, but it's stuff that. Well, most of it is stuff we weren't sure about.
Yeah,
like we knew we were probably wrong, but we just moved on because we didn't know the answer to it.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, why didn't we know that at the time? Was that all you had for corrections?
Yeah, that's the only one.
That should be a fun segment to bring up every time, every now and then.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna talk some stuff we previously watched, and for me, the big one is I just watched it's not a re-release, but the release of Endgame with new footage, I would say. Maybe in some markets it did re-release, though, because I know there's some theaters where it stopped playing.
Oh, really?
And technically, if it went back in theaters, it's a re-release.
They might have showed it again. Yeah.
Like we talked about, I was going to go rewatch it anyway, regardless of this new footage coming out.
Same here, yeah.
But this just escalated that, got me to do it quicker. And I realized Infinity War is more of a popcorn, blockbuster, typical roller coaster ride, and maybe the best one ever made. Endgame is more of a slow burn, in its own way, a poetic drama, where the end of it is maybe the most iconic action sequence ever made in film.
The end of it matches in what we get in Infinity War.
Exactly. So it's both of those combined. The first 2 hours are this slow burn character study drama, and we were talking about Karen Gillan and Robert Downey Jr., but Scarlett Johansson, oh my goodness, that scene where she's eating the sandwich and she's talking to Rhodey about Barton being in Mexico and and it's not just, that's not why she's crying about everything, but it's all hitting her.
Yeah.
That might challenge Nebula and Tony Stark for best scene in the movie, is acting wise.
Well, when she's talking to Steve Rogers as well, she's like, if you come in here and tell me everything's going to be all right,
it's just that whole scene. Yeah, she's such a great actress. How she's sitting there, she's eating a sandwich and
crying,
that's not CGI. She's actually doing it.
Tears in her eyes.
She's honestly, Scarlett Johansson is underrated as an actress.
She really is. She always has been.
Everyone thinks she's just this very attractive now she is the highest grossing female actress of all time, but she's been in all these Avengers movies. It's kind of not fair, but she was amazing in it.
She's an indie actress. People forget. I mean, ever since she was a kid. I mean, she was, I don't know, 13, 14.
Before Avengers, she was doing a lot of smaller stuff.
Yeah, like I said, a lot of indie stuff.
Then she was in The Island and things like that. Things that were maybe meant to be blockbusters. But speaking of indie films, Match Point, where I fell in love with Scarlett Johansson and where I realized how great of an actress she was in Match Point, the Woody Allen film. I love that movie, and she's incredible.
I think she caught people's attention with there was that, and I don't remember, maybe slightly before Lost in Translation.
Well, that's
too. The one that kind of really got
Lost in Translation was the one where everyone realized she's a good actress, and then but she was very much a sex symbol for a while only until recently. I'm not saying that's what she was, but that's how people saw her. She was in the Vicky Cristina Barcelona movie where they have some sexual stuff in there. So there's that. But I want to talk about the new footage and the deleted scene and the extra stuff.
Yeah.
Before I talk more about it, I will say, and this is spoilers. We always talk spoilers on this show. The Stan Lee tribute was amazing. It was beautiful, incredible. I loved it, but I didn't need to go to the theaters to see it.
I thought about that.
I did not need to go to the theaters to see it. The rest was an absolute freaking waste of time, total crap. If somebody actually paid only to go see this stuff, I feel very badly for them because it was not worth it. Yeah. And honestly, I feel kind of a little jaded by Marvel with this whole thing, to be honest. And I never felt that way towards them. But if they actually gave us something worth it, I thought this was a great move. But I think this was BS, to be honest.
I was expecting there to be new scenes in the movie, like what they did, like Fox did with Days of Future Past with the road cut.
Yeah.
Even though they didn't release that in theaters, but I thought it was going to be something like that, where there's going to be additional scenes.
Cut the Batman v Superman.
That as well, yeah. It'd be cut a little bit differently, and we'd see a different kind of take on the story at certain points. I know it would only be probably just small scenes here and there, but something that would make it different. But like you said, the only reason it didn't bother me because it's just like you. Like I was planning to see it again anyway.
I can't be too that and the Stanley thing. I was like, that was great, but I didn't need to go to theaters to see it.
Not at all. And that one and the end scene, the end scene, the SpiderMan thing, or the Mysterio scene from SpiderMan. I'm sorry to spoil that.
No, it's cool.
Okay.
No,
if anybody hasn't seen it, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Whatever. It's a scene from Spider-Man: Homecoming. Yeah. We presume. They could have just put that on during the initial release. Like we knew that Homecoming was coming. I guess maybe they didn't want people to. I don't know.
I think they wanted it to be kind of like a Logan, where the end of the movie is the end of the movie. Sure. They don't need a post-credit scene, but they kind of ruined that with doing this.
Now,
if you were going to do this in the first place, and it was a last-ditch effort to beat Avatar, and it's not going to. It only made $5 million over the weekend, and it doesn't. It's not going to beat it.
Everyone's seen it.
This was the last-ditch effort.
Everyone's seen it. I think word got out.
You know what's funny though? There were people in the theaters that had not seen it. I could tell.
Oh, yeah. I could
a
say
lot.
Here.
I was like, wow.
I was hearing applauses at all and laughed at certain points.
And surprises, because we knew everything's coming, so it wasn't a shock to us. But
same with our theater too.
I was upset when I left the theater because not for myself, but for other people. You know what I mean?
Well, there's people. I'm seeing people online complaining about this is shameless trying to catch Avatar and blah 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 blah. Who cares? I don't care about that. But again, if there was anybody that was actually expecting new stuff, like I said, we were going to see it again anyway. Mm-hmm. But if you went into it thinking you're going to see something different and you didn't, I walked out thinking, wow, if people are going to be upset about this, I understand. I would understand.
Honestly,
if you want to trash.
I am to a certain extent. I'm not.
If you want to rip Marvel for this for a little while,
I'm not completely angry, but I do think it was a cheap move.
Yeah,
I think it was a cheap move because
it wasn't necessary.
So
they didn't need to make a big deal out of it.
Aside of the Stanley thing was great. The Hulk deleted scene was cool. It was good to know that they were planning to do something like that in the movie.
Yeah,
but it was literally like 25 seconds, and it was not exciting or entertaining or anything.
And again, like Russo, I think it's Anthony Russo said, you can see why they cut it from the movie.
It was really just a cheap deleted scene that you're going to get on the Blu-ray. And I had no urgency to see that.
Yeah.
And then the Spider-Man Far From Home thing was completely unnecessary. It was nothing. They said a little extra treat at the end.
Yeah.
That did nothing for me. And this was just a cheap
We're going to see it in like 3
ploy
days, so it's not like...
to, one, catch Avatar, to, two, promote Spider-Man Homecoming, or Far From Home.
Which people are going to see anyway. In a couple of days. I can see if Homecoming was coming out next year, or Far From Home was coming out next year.
Exactly.
And you'd be like, oh, okay, let's see
and
from...
the thing is,
but it was coming
should
out.
have been like a full scene or something. We should have saw them fight or something like that. Not a whole... Not that was
clip. It's a short 25 30-second clip.
And a lot of that, not a lot of it, but the best part of that clip is when he says, you don't want any part of this, and he starts to go after him. That's in the trailers.
Right. Right.
So, I don't know. At least we know how they meet him.
And we know just in that scene, okay, he's not talking Spider-Man. He's just talking to Fury and Hill about, whatever, stay away from this stuff. But, whatever. No big deal, like I said. So it's one of those things, like I said, we'll see it in a couple of days, so we didn't necessarily need it right before the movie comes out. But if people are ripping Marvel over this,
I would be more mad if the only reason I went for was this stuff.
Was this new stuff.
And to be honest, what I was expecting, because none of this stuff changed anything.
No.
None of it changed anything.
Nothing.
What I was expecting is something that was going to change something. I was expecting... Because they did say an after credit scene. I guess the Spider-Man thing is the after credit scene. That's ridiculous. The movie comes out in 3 days.
That's what I'm saying.
So, I was expecting something hinting towards Black Widow. Or something hinting towards a future movie.
Or just anything else. Yeah.
Anything else.
Well, apparently that's coming in Spider-Man Far From Home. Apparently. That's what I'm hearing about the post and mid-credit scenes and that. So.
Okay. Whatever though. It's all good. I still love the movie, and it's such an amazing film, and we'll see. I'm done in theaters, but I'm definitely buying it when it comes out on Blu-ray.
Yeah,
for sure.
later in July.
Yeah,
so.
for sure. So I'm sure you'll be glad to hear I finished Barry season 1.
Excellent. All right, let's talk
it's a really, really good show.
Yeah.
I really, really enjoyed it. I don't know if we should talk spoilers or not.
Do you want to wait until you finish season 2?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we'll do a spoiler discussion after season 2, yeah. And we'll just warn everybody on the show. But I wanted to finish season 1 before our next show, and I did, and I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's such a unique show where it blends comedy with this very, I don't want to, maybe dark theme of all the murdering stuff, and I love... It makes you feel like crap. The whole thing makes you feel like crap.
Yeah.
But I love the last episode where it jumps forward a little bit, and you see where he's at and what he has to do.
The finale does a good job of making you, because he has these fantasies.
I didn't know if that was a fantasy or not.
You didn't know if it was real or not. They did that on purpose.
I was like, what's going on here? But the thing is, the fantasies are very short.
Yeah.
After a certain amount of time, I was like, wow, this is real.
Yeah. And they did that. They shot it that way on purpose to where to make you think, is this real? Is he having one of his? Oh no! And there's a whole lot of, oh no, Barry, don't do that. No, don't. Gosh. But he finds himself in a lot of situations where, if you're him, and see, like you said, we like Barry, but you're like, he's in situations where he has to do it.
I don't know if I like him anymore. I mean, here's the thing: they want you to feel that way. They want you to feel that way. They want you to kind of be conflicted about how you feel about this character, and that's great. That
it kicks up,
succeeding.
It ramps up even more in season 2.
And everything he did before the last episode, I was okay with,
for the most part. Yes,
but
there's one thing in particular. Well, he
not
does
the very last thing he does.
Well, there's a thing. Actually,
the thing is, season 2 might change my mind. I don't know what season 2 will reveal or anything like that. But what I'm saying, where they leave you off at the end of season 1, is it was bad. Because just all around.
It's upsetting.
All around.
It gets, I hate to tell you, it gets worse. But there's a thing actually before that, the thing with his friend. That's the point for me where it was like, when he's in the car, sitting in the car with his friend.
So you turned you against Barry?
I wouldn't say against.
No, Fuchs, right?
No, his Marine buddy.
Oh,
that part was okay. Like, dude.
Oh, you know what? Here's the thing,
that
though.
made me kind of like, man.
That was, yeah. That, too, that might have been worse than what he does at the end of the season, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
But then it's
I think it's because...
You feel like for him, I get why he had to do it, but it's like your self-preservation.
So for me, basically, he does a lot of bad stuff if you're listening to us talk. The thing is, for me, he does all these bad things, and usually these type of characters, like let's say like a Logan, right? Like a Wolverine, they want to be punished for their crimes. Wolverine wants to die because of all the terrible stuff that he's done.
Yeah, he hates himself. But Wolverine, but he's a hero.
Yeah, he is. But he's done some bad stuff, and sometimes he can't control it, or whatever. Barry has done some bad stuff, and he's trying to get away with it and just live a normal life and be happy. So that's slimy.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Because
you
can't have both ways.
If he's and this is what makes the show great. But if he's this traditional hero character who would maybe turn himself in, he'd rather do what he did at the end of season 1 than turn himself in. So that's what, for me, he's a bad guy.
Yeah, I agree.
I still am intrigued by the character and want to keep watching the show. But he's a bad guy.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Interesting.
And well, it levels up a little bit.
Well,
he's really fighting. Like I said, he's really fighting that.
There's short episodes, so I might finish season 2 by the time we talk next time. We'll just have a full out spoiler discussion next time.
Yeah.
Have you been watching anything new?
Well, I'm right in the middle of the finale of season 1 of Big Little Lies. I went through it all this week, and.
Oh, okay. You're right in the middle of the finale?
Yeah, I didn't finish that.
Okay.
Literally,
so
I was watching it this morning.
Tell me what you think so far.
Well, it's a soap opera, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
But it's really, really good. Obviously, the cast is just... Everyone on that show is excellent. I'm trying to figure out... There's a lot of people that I like. There's characters I like and don't like. You mentioned Skarsgård. He's the worst guy ever. Like, I really watch the stuff between him and Nicole Kidman.
Oh, it's uncomfortable.
It is just...
But that's horrific. Why it's so effective.
And I hate that. I hate seeing that on film. I hate that because I know that that's real. Mm-hmm. There's so many abused women out there. Gosh, just the level of manipulation and just...
It's crazy because you understand it's acting, right? And it's fiction, but it makes you not like Alexander Skarsgård, which is unfair.
I was thinking that, like, man, he plays that part way too well.
I know, right? That's what I'm saying. Way too well.
It's terrible. I love shoot, I can't remember her name. Divergent. What's her name?
Shailene Woodley.
Shailene Woodley.
She's great in it. Yeah.
She's awesome on the show. I really like her a lot. Poor her.
Poor her. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
dude, it's crazy. Reese Witherspoon.
Okay.
She's great in it, but you hate her character.
So I really liked her character up until a certain point, and there's a thing that she
I think I know what you're talking about.
It's something that obviously I'm not going to get into. It resonates with me personally.
So let's talk season 1 spoilers next week too.
Yes, that's what I was.
So we'll talk. I'll try to finish Barry. If I do, we'll talk.
We'll talk
season 2 spoilers, and then we'll talk Big Little Lies because Big Little Lies season 1 is worthy of spoiler discussion.
I'll tell you what, there's a lot. Yeah, I agree, and I'm curious. Like I said, I haven't finished the finale. I don't know what happens at this event yet, but I was watching it throughout, going, they can't do this for 6 seasons, like whatever it is. Like I feel like, and I'll guess I'll know when I finish the finale and I'll watch it. But whatever happens, I hope it happens in this episode, and we get the next thing. But because if it's going to be just interviews of people that talking about, well, damn, man, I knew that this was going to happen. This person was crazy. I knew that this lady did this. They can't do that for 4 or 5, 6 seasons.
No way.
Yeah, so whatever it is, they got to kind of. So
I don't
think
this show can last that long.
No, not at all.
But I think it has. Maybe if they come up with enough creative wise, they can maybe do 5 seasons.
I think that's a lot.
Maybe.
I think it'll be similar to like I don't know if you watched The Good Place, but they're wrapping that up they said the 4th season is going to be the last because the
Yeah.
idea is like they can't stretch this out.
So the thing is,
any
now that
longer.
you mentioned that, I think 3 would be good.
That's what I was thinking.
I think 3 would be good.
They got to kind of end it.
The thing is, if it's a big draw and it's getting a lot of views, they're going to keep doing
That's
it.
true.
Which is kind of, that's how a lot of shows end up
Yeah.
ending bad.
Right. So, but yeah, but it's really good. I really like oh my gosh, what's her name?
Zoe Kravitz?
I love her too. She's great. And the husband, I love the situation going on between the two. That's again, it's kind of similar.
I like
for
Adam
me,
Scott in the show.
Adam Scott's great, right?
Yeah.
Maybe the only him and Zoe Kravitz, maybe the only kind of good people.
Oh, I know, right?
But although I do like Laura Dern, she's really great.
Oh,
she's very
she's a mean person, but it's weird. They show different sides of her,
right?
And it's like,
yeah, exactly.
She's not 100% evil,
right?
You know.
So it's good. It's very, very good. So I'm glad I started watching.
And can Nicole Kidman be any more attractive as however old she is?
Well,
she is so beautiful. Well, she's been my longtime Hollywood crush forever.
I love her as well.
But she's still so gorgeous. It's crazy.
I rented Aquaman over the weekend because I just wanted to watch it again. For
those scenes when they de-age her a little bit.
She's,
I don't even think they de-aged her, to be honest.
It did slightly. You can tell a little bit, but she looks the same. She looks the same she did 25 years ago.
Yeah, I know.
So.
It's great, dude. I'm a huge Nicole Kidman fan. I have
great.
I have like a whole Nicole Kidman section in my movies.
Well, she is, and just watching that, and just watching her on the show, and then watching Aquaman the other day, like she's a chameleon, man. She can and will
absolutely
do anything, and I mean she's a great actress. I don't think we appreciate her enough.
Well, the thing is, I'm not gonna say she's the greatest actress of all time, but she's one.
She's got to be up there.
The
she can do anything.
She's one of the.
She can do anything,
and that's why this show's so astonishing to me because Meryl Streep is in season 2.
Yes,
and it's like, how do we have Meryl Streep and Nicole Kidman, 2 of the greatest actresses of all time, and then you have Reese Witherspoon, who's great in her own right. Laura Dern, all Oscar nominated or winning actresses, and then Shailene Woodley's over here killing it too in this show.
Yeah, and Zoe Kravitz, who's just I like to see her
acting. I've seen her do in this show.
She's really good. She's really good. So.
Cool.
It's a good show. It's a good show. And then the next I mentioned, we watched Aquaman. I hadn't seen it in a long time, but I watched Toy Story 3 during the last week. Man, they're so different, 3 and 4. Like we mentioned it when we did our review of 4, but 3, it's pretty dark. It's pretty dark. Like
I think that's why I like it. It's pretty so much. I like it. I think it's the best Toy Story movie. But you can't go wrong with any of them.
No.
But
the tone in it is so like 4 is. I can see why 4 is so different. Just the way the bear Lotso is so different from.
They went so much lighter.
I could just watch it. Yeah, you could just tell. It's
honestly might be the lightest. To be honest,
probably.
Because 2. I remember feeling scared watching it as a kid because.
Well, the toy guy
Woody's
was
gonna. Yeah, that guy's kind of
scary.
The toy man
and the prospector were both like really like yeah. I agree.
So and then 1 we talked about Sid blowing up toys and all that stuff. So 4 is the lightest. I would say. It definitely is. To be honest,
definitely is.
Yeah, with Forky but what makes sense is as Andy's older than Bonnie was in the first Toy Story.
Yeah.
So if anything, maybe it's showing this movie's surrounded by this. What is she? 5-year-old girl, 4-year-old girl.
So yeah.
So maybe it's reflecting the age of the kid and things like that,
Yeah, that's a good point. Probably.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it's great. Like I said, I hadn't seen it in years, so it was great to watch. And man, I even though it's one of those where you knew what was going to happen, it was still at the end. I was still like, oh man, when they're going down that incinerator, and it's like, So, but it's great. I mean, like I said, all 4 of those. Man.
And imagine a young kid watching that movie
for the
first time.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like, "What's about to happen right now?" These killer toys, we look at those, even though they're sentient beings, they're toys, right? And we see them, they're toys, but kids see them as real life.
Well, I think we just growing up with them, maybe we see them as people, as little beings as well. But I don't think because my youngest daughter Emma had watched it. I don't think she had seen it before. Now that I think about it, because she's only 6 herself, so. I don't think about it.
She's hardcore though. She can handle it.
Her
favorite Star Wars movie is Rogue One.
She loves Rogue One. Exactly.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
It's a great movie, but it's just like a dark war movie. And that'll do it for this episode of Bartley and Barnes. So next week we decided we're going to talk some Big Little Lies Season 1 spoiler discussion and Barry Season 1 and 2 spoiler discussions. I think those are worthwhile. We'll talk some more about that.
Maybe a little Spider-Man. We're going to do it on the channel, the Apocalypse channel.
Yeah. No, we will definitely be talking Spider-Man. Honestly, I will at least have seen it twice by the time we
Same here. I will have. Yeah.
Because the thing is, it comes out on Tuesday. So I'm seeing it Tuesday night, and then I might see it on Thursday as well, because I'm off Thursday.
I'm seeing it Wednesday, and I'm going to take the kids on Saturday, so I'll see it twice.
Yeah, a little bit of a slow week this week. Not much movie news, not really any big releases. I didn't see Annabelle Comes Home yet, but I will.
Stop with those movies.
I'll see it. The second one was actually really good.
Is it? So
it is. Annabelle Creation's really good.
See, I keep hearing
the first one sucks. The first one is absolute dog crap.
I heard the first one was good.
No. The first one's dog crap. The second one is good. The second one's good, but I like those movies. All right, thank you all for listening. Keith Barnes, Jacob Bartley. This is the Bartley Broadcast. Check us out. Subscribe. Talk to y'all later.